Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you've been following my channel for a while, you may remember that I reported on a story back in February about little baby Evelyn Boswell, who had gone missing in December of 2019, but her parents failed to report her missing for 2 months. If you followed Evelyn's story, you know the outcome was devastating and that little Evelyn's body was found on her mother's family's property. Evelyn's mother, Maggie Boswell, Megan Boswell, was arrested and charged with making a false police report and providing false information to police that interfered with Evelyn's recovery. Well, Megan Boswell has been rotting away in jail since February of this year, waiting to see if police could put the truth together despite her lies. In the video I did back in February, I suggested that Megan Boswell may be another Casey Anthony, and unfortunately, it looks like I was right. Yesterday, a grand jury indicted Evelyn's mother with 19 total charges, including felony murder and child abuse, in the case of little Evelyn's death. The indictment includes 2 counts of felony murder, 1 count of aggravated child abuse, 1 count of aggravated child neglect, 1 count of tampering with evidence, 1 count of abuse of a corpse, 1 count of failure to report a death under suspicious, unusual, or unnatural circumstances, and 12 counts of false reports. During a press conference announcing the charges in the indictment, Sheriff Jeff Cassidy made it clear that other suspects were eliminated in the case, leaving Megan Boswell the only remaining suspect. Megan's bond is currently set at $1 million, and her next court date is scheduled for August 28th in Sullivan County Criminal Court in Tennessee. Megan's attorney said he had not been able to discuss the case with her due to COVID restrictions at the jail, but that he's trying to set up a video call with her. He said after the indictment that the district attorney is going to provide him with all the discovery for the evidence so he can go through it with Megan. When asked if he was surprised by the indictment, he said, "I'd rather not answer that," which is a no. Sorry, I shouldn't taint you with my assumptions or the truth. Anyway, if you happen to be one of those people who hoarded a ton of toilet paper at the beginning of the COVID crisis, you may want to consider sending him some, because he's got to be shitting himself pretty good right about now. I'm sure he had a pretty good idea that she killed Evelyn, or at least had something to do with it, but since the police had already eliminated all other suspects, and she gave so much false information, 12 counts worth, I'm pretty sure he knows how hard it's going to be to point the finger at anyone other than Megan as Evelyn's murderer. Of course he can, and really he has to try somehow, but it might be difficult. It sounds like the police have dotted their I's and crossed their T's pretty well, considering the extensive investigation they did leading up to yesterday's indictment. But there's always the chance that something got missed, and I'm sure that's the first thing he's going to look for. Now, I know it's been a while since this case was covered, so let me remind you of a few things. Megan, or Maggie Boswell, did a lot of lying throughout all of this, just like Casey Anthony did. She already said that she didn't report Evelyn missing because the babysitter took her and she just wanted to get her back, just like Casey Anthony. Then she told the man she was dating that Evelyn's father had her because he was in town on military leave. Then she threw her mother under the bus when she told the police that her mother and her boyfriend took her and left her with somebody in a camper somewhere, just like Casey Anthony did to her father. And in both Evelyn Boswell's and Kaylee Anthony's cases, the child's father was absent. The 2 cases are very similar to this point. If I was Megan's attorney, I would have been blowing up Casey Anthony's attorney's phone after the indictment was handed down, or at least picking up a copy of his book, How to Pick an Incompetent Jury in 5 Easy Steps. Just kidding. That's the title I gave his book. The actual title is Presumed Guilty, Casey Anthony, The Inside Story. Now, if this video disappears soon, you know he got pissed and I said that and threatened to sue me if I didn't take it down. And I'll be taking it down because I'm not going up against Jose Baez in court, even though I'm right, because he knows how to pick an incompetent jury, so I'll lose. Just kidding. Again, there wouldn't be a jury trial. He'd be seeking monetary compensation for damage done, and he'd probably make me apologize, which I would refuse to do and just pay. For those of you who are already in the comments saying that he accepts multiple forms of payment, such as cash, credit, or the Casey Anthony form of payment, shame on you. I'm sure Mr. Baez Esquire is an upstanding citizen, above reproach, and I'm shocked that you would suggest that he wouldn't put together a dream team of attorneys, private investigators, and expert witnesses to defend a penniless mom who parties a lot out of the goodness of his heart, and hide her out for years after. Y'all are just wrong. Wrong. That's all I have to say about that in this video. Anyway, my point is, Megan Boswell's attorney is going to need help. If Megan continues to lie about what happened, he's going to have a hell of a time building a defense. I don't think this case is going to go to trial. If it does, I'll be surprised. If the prosecution has a rock-solid case, I think they'll offer her a plea bargain, and I think her attorney will advise her to take it. If not, and it goes to trial, we better pray, and pray hard, that she doesn't get lucky and get an incompetent jury. Remember, Casey Anthony was acquitted on murder charges and was only convicted on 4 misdemeanor counts of lying to law enforcement, which is the equivalent of getting slapped on the wrist. Megan Boswell deserves to serve life in prison. Even if you don't believe that she's guilty, she was Evelyn's mother, and her job was to protect her. She knew little Evelyn was gone, and she did everything in her power to protect herself. That is not a mother. She didn't deserve precious little Evelyn, but now, hopefully she will get what she deserves. Life in prison and hell thereafter. I will keep posting updates on this case as I get them. As always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you on my next video.